Hello, friends. I'm Kate, and welcome to Yin for the holidays. We're going to do just a couple of poses, and we're just going to spend this time relaxing and taking care of ourselves. The idea of a hectic holiday is hard to put off to the side and just find some time for relaxing. So that's what we're going to do. So if you have a chair, I have a little folding chair here. That's great. If you don't worry. We've got other options for that. A couple of blankets, pillows, anything that you're going to need to be comfortable or cozy. We're going to have a short practice because we're just here for a short, relaxing time. So no pressure and no worries. So the first thing we're going to do is start in a comfortable seated position. Something like this. I'm sitting up on a blanket to bring the hips a little higher than the knees. If it's uncomfortable for you to be on the floor, you're welcome to sit in the chair or on the couch. Again, it's all about being relaxed. So the first thing we want to do is take a moment and come into our breath. So all that running around that we're doing, we just want to take a pause and breathe. So the first thing you can do is just bring your hands on your lap. And if it's uncomfortable to sit cross-legged, you can have your legs out in front. You can just rest your hands on your lap, wherever's comfortable, palms up or palms down. And if you're comfortable, you can close your eyes. Sometimes that helps focus a little better. So we're just going to close our eyes if that's comfortable. And we're going to breathe in through the nose and exhale out through the mouth. Again, inhale and exhale. And again, inhale and exhale. We're going to do one more breath before we do some movement, and we're going to do alternate nostril breathing. So you can do it with your hand or without. And what we're going to do is we're going to start off by closing the right nostril. You're going to inhale through the left side, close the left side, exhale out the right side. So I'll walk you through it. We'll do a couple rounds of that. You're going to take the thumb, close the right nostril, inhale in through the left nostril. We're going to close off the left side with the ring finger and exhale out the right nostril. Inhale back through that right nostril. Close off the right side, exhale out the left. All right, that's one round. Let's do it again. Inhale through the left. Close off the left side, exhale right. Inhale right. Close off the right side, exhale left. Let's do that one more time, or one more round. Inhale through the left, closing off the right nostril. Close off the left side, exhale right. Inhale right. Close off the right side, exhale left. And release your hand back to your lap. And that is a great breath to practice for balancing your whole system or your nervous system, whatever you need, especially when we're getting either overexcited or maybe a little depressed because we haven't seen the sun in 2 weeks or too much going on and it's just got you run down. So that is a good breath practice for balance. All right, so now we're going to go and move the spine. So we have 6 directions we like to target. I'm just going to move back a little bit here. Like a little bit more. All right, there we go. So we're going to go forward and back first. So that's going to be our cat and cow. If you're seated cross-legged and your feet are getting a little uncomfortable, you can switch which leg is in front. Hands can go in front of the knees if your legs are crossed, or under the thighs if your legs are out straight or on the chair. All right, so here we go. So we're going to exhale, drop the chin towards the chest, and round the spine back. Where's that back wall? On the inhale, we're going to reverse the curve, look up towards the ceiling. That's our cow. Exhale back, That's our cat. So we're just going to move back and forth with this, moving slowly, letting the breath start the movement. So we're going to exhale and then start to move into the posture. Inhale, rounding up, looking up. Exhale back. And just a couple more each direction. Going nice and slow. We're doing this in the evening this time around, so we don't want to get too worked up and then we can't sleep. But if you're doing this another time of the day, you can go a little bit more if you like. All right, so now we're going to come back to that neutral spine, sitting up nice and tall. And so that's our first two directions, forward and back. Our next two directions are left and right. So we're going to do our laterals. We're going to take one hand, place it on the floor. Pushing into this hand is going to keep the opposite knee from popping up. All right, so one hand on the floor. Inhale, bring this other arm up. And you can go over just as far as you like. Exhale, bring that arm back down to the floor. Inhale, other side. So it doesn't matter which side you start with. We're going to do both sides evenly. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale. And exhale. And the cue here is to not go further than you can come back up, as my hand was sliding away from me. And just starting out, you might feel like, oh, I'm just going to go mostly vertical here. But as the spine warms up, if you want to go further, you're welcome to do that. But keep in mind that you are always welcome to back it up and not go as deep. Paying attention to what's going on in your body. Paying attention to your breath. Excellent. All right, we're going to do one more time each side. Moving with the breath. So exhale to bring it back. Inhale, last time, last side. Exhale, bring it back. Beautiful. All right, so our last two directions are the twists. So twist to the left, twist to the right. And again, doesn't matter which side you start with, we're going to do both sides evenly. First thing, inhale, lift, nice and tall. Exhale to the first side. We want to keep the twist in that upper torso, so we're not twerking on that lower back or into the sacrum. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, second side. Inhale, center. Exhale, first side. Exhale, center. Inhale, back to center. Let's do one more time each side. Beautiful. And then, because we were doing something that's symmetrical, we want to come back to a few cat and cows just to find the spine back to symmetrical. Inhale, looking up to cow. Exhale, rounding back to cat. Excellent. All right, so we're going to make our way down to the floor. And one of the things that we look at from yoga, one of our favorite balance poses is tree pose. And one of my favorite things to discover was doing a tree pose supine, so laying on my back. And it was a really cool experience. So I want to share that with you. It's something that's relaxing, and just about anybody can do it. If you are not comfortable getting down onto the floor, you are welcome to do it standing up. You can use your chair or the wall, or you can just do it up. So the reason we're doing it down on the floor is to feel the gravity of the whole body connecting with the earth. So if that doesn't work for you, that's totally fine. Do what does work for you. All right, so we're going to come, let's see, I'm going to do feet towards the light. All right, so if you have something under you, I'm going to move it out of the way. And we're going to come down onto the back. And before we stretch all the way out, we're going to do a couple Apanasanas. So we're going to bend the knees, hands on the knees, exhale, knees in, inhale, knees out. So we want to pay attention to the spine. And after a few of these, we're going to bring feet down to the mat. And then we're going to extend one leg all the way straight out. And then we're going to have the foot of the opposite leg kind of near the knee, maybe, if that's comfortable. It can be closer to the foot, wherever is comfortable on that hip for you. And then we're going to bring that knee out towards the side. So we have our legs in our tree shape. And if this knee is up really high, if that's a tight hip, grabbing a blanket to prop that leg up on is going to allow that hip to relax. So we're not forcing anything. All right, so we want the toes of that straight leg pointing up towards the ceiling. That whole leg is activated. And then wherever your arms want to be, I've got limited space here. The arms can be straight up overhead. You can have one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. Arms down by your sides. Wherever you are comfortable having your arms. I think I'm going to do the one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. And we're just going to be here for a few breaths, allowing the body to rest. We're going to allow Earth's gravity to hold us and do all the work. And just feel how rooted you are in this tree pose. Each part of the body that is touching the earth, being supported by the earth. And we're just doing soft, smooth, subtle breathing. We're not forcing anything, just allowing the breath to happen. And as you feel the body relaxing, maybe you notice the muscles themselves relaxing. Maybe it's just an inch at a time. Maybe it's a whole leg or arm. Let's take one or two more breaths on this side. And then we're going to walk the foot flat and bring the knee up towards the ceiling. Extend the bent leg out straight and bend the straight leg. All right, now this time we're going to send the second leg out to the side. And again, if that hip is talking to you, maybe put a blanket or a towel under there so it can properly relax. If it's up high off the floor and it's straining, you're not relaxing. All right, toes pointed up towards the ceiling. This straight leg is activated. And again, wherever your arms feel called to be, maybe goalposts or cactus arms, hand and heart, the other hand on the belly, arms out to the side, arms straight up. That one's kind of nice. We'll do that. And again, if you feel like your breath is going too fast, see if it will listen and become more calm and soft and comfortable. So let's take 2 more breaths. Soft and smooth and subtle. And then when you're ready, we're going to transition to our next pose, which, depending on where you are, a couple of options. You can do legs up the wall, or what I'm going to do is legs up on the chair. So if you're getting into legs up the wall, what you want to do is scooch up to the wall sideways, and then you're going to bring your legs up as you bring the body down. That's one way to do it. I'm going to bring this chair. Let's see. I'm going to switch sides for the chair so I don't have to move it all over the place. There we go. All right. So if you don't have a chair handy, you can put your legs up on the couch or the bed, whatever is comfortable. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. And this chair is a little chilly, so I'm going to put a blanket up on the chair, and I'm also going to put a blanket under my pelvis because leg lengthwise, that's more comfortable. All right, so I have legs up on the chair, blanket under, coming down softly. All right. So as we're here, we're going to allow the body to relax again. And we're going to let go of breath. We'll just be here for a few moments. I'm going to read a poem. So I'm actually going to sit up. And this is from Gilly Shipway. And it's a poem, it's a meditation on the holly tree at winter solstice. So whatever holidays that you are celebrating, one of the fun ones is the winter solstice. The holly and the ivy dance through the sparkling streets, leading the old solar year into the new. The Yuletide moon, a flower with 4 white petals, smiles down upon the blood life of red holly, stealing Christmas kisses in darkened doorways from white mistletoe. O joyous good omen, evergreen, when all the other trees have lost their leaves. The holly is a dancer, a prancer, a leaper, and a lover. Her leaves, 1,000 mirrors, reflect the dilute winter sunshine, and her scarlet berries sing songs of praise. Ding dong, merrily on high, in heaven the bells are ringing. Flaming yellow gorse and red holly berries illuminate the winter gloom. Fire in her spirit, the ancient holly tree is dancing upon the mountain. New life in the midst of darkness, her ancient trunk splits asunder and gives birth to slender new branches, leaves prickly and green. Her red berries harvest the fullness of the moon. And still I rise, she sings. Of all the trees that are in the wood, the holly bears the crown. So we're going to transition down into our last pose, which will be our Shavasana, our final relaxation pose. So I'm going to move my chair out of the way. And if you have your legs up on the wall, you're going to bring them down and come on to a comfortable position. We're going to do one little bit of movement before we totally relax. You have the option to, if you have your legs up on the chair and you want to stay up there, you're welcome to do that. Or I'm going to grab a bolster because I have one. And I'm going to put it here like this, but I'm going to show you our Apanasana first. All right, so coming down onto your back, if you're not there already. Hands on the knees. You're going to exhale, knees in, inhale, knees out. 2 ways you can do it. Hands stay on the knees as they go out, or hands slide down the legs and back. So sometimes this is more comfortable instead of with the arms. Just notice what works for you. And maybe 2 more. And then I'm going to grab my bolster here, flip it around with my legs to have my legs up on for relaxation, please. So as we get comfortable in our relaxation pose, letting every muscle, every bone, ligament, organ, everything in the body is to come to rest. And as we're resting this cold winter's evening, maybe not where you are, but it's cold here, allowing the body to be at rest while the earth rests. The feet, the ankles, shins and calves, relaxing the knees and the thighs, letting the pelvis be heavy, relaxing the abdomen, releasing the rib cage, letting go of the breath. Relax the shoulders, the arms, the hands, fingers, and palms. Relaxing the throat and the back of the neck. Release the jaw. Relax the face. Take a moment and let any thoughts release out the top of the crown of the head. Nothing to do. Earth's gravity will hold you. Nowhere to be. The air around you will breathe you. Just take the next few moments and just be. You're welcome to stay in your relaxation pose as long as you like. You turn off the video and tuck yourself into bed. Or when you're ready, we'll wiggle toes and wiggle fingers. If you'd like, you can roll your head side to side. And gently and slowly rolling over onto your right or left side. Take a moment here, rest your head on your arm. And again, when you're ready, pushing up to a comfortable seated position. And to bring breath back into the body and find us safely on our way, let's finish with sun breath number 1. So we're coming upon the longest night of the year, and we want to bring the sun back. So let's bring it back with a breath. So sun breath number 1, hands start on the lap. We're going to inhale, the hands float up. And then as we exhale, the hands float back down. So we'll do that 3 times. Ready? Here we go. Inhale, hands float up. Exhale, hands float back down. Again, inhale, hands float up. Exhale, hands float back down. Beautiful. One more time. Inhale, hands floating up. And exhale, hands float back down. If you'd like, bring your palms together, hands to your heart, and namaste. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you next time.